first part of the question is, what do you think when you hear that? Second part, you almost added a passing touchdown to that. So what was going through your head on that play?
This is the first time I heard that too. So it's an honor, Coach giving me the opportunities to go out there and show my potential, But yeah, it's an honor, the team really trusted me in having the ball in my hand. So I try to do the best I can with it. So I really appreciate the team, the coaches, and everything for that.
And Caden, last week, Coach Hope mentioned a few times that he thought San Jose State had the best defensive front in the conference. I know you're technically more of a linebacker, but you play up front. And after the game, he mentioned about how he thought maybe that ticked some of the guys off in his room. How did the defensive front kind of take that comment, and was that a motivation?
I think as a whole, as a defense, you kind of took it as who's the better defense that game. Because we know coming into playing San Jose, their defense plays lights out. They've been playing good all year. I know their defensive front is really good too, but we took it as a game as who's got the better defense, is it us or them? So we really take pride in that. We want to be the best defense in the country every year. And so when our head coach says, well, I think they've got the better defense, of course that lights a fire under all of us. We don't like to hear that when our own guy says that. So we were all lit up before the game, and I think we did what we did to win the game, and I think that people know who is the better defense.
Jordan, a question for both of you. Is there a different vibe in the locker room now, a different feel? So it looks from the outside of the circle looking in as if this team has really emotionally and physically come together in the last month or so after all the problems early on. Is the read correct that it's different?
We all love each other, even from the first game to our last game, we always have that bond together, from offense to defense to special teams. We all come together and just as a brotherhood, that's even in the locker rooms, outside the locker rooms, I feel like we're all in that one brotherhood community.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I really wouldn't say problems would be the thing. I think it was just more of us growing as a team. Starting out the year, we knew we had a young team, and now those younger guys are getting them snaps under their belt, and now they're becoming more comfortable playing football on Saturday nights. So I think, but everyone is growing. Throughout the season, you always grow closer and closer throughout the year, especially when you're winning, too. That helps a lot, too. Everyone's a lot happier. But I just think it's everyone growing closer together, spending more time together, but people getting more comfortable playing their positions, too, and not too stressed out about that. It helps us grow together as well.
True.
Jordan, we've seen a lot of you doing a lot of different things over the group of years, but you've never been the heavy-duty guy, the guy. Has that been hard to adjust, maybe your psyche?
I wouldn't say it's not really hard to adjust, just working hard at practice. That's one thing, defense pushing me to be the best I can, and I'm always pushing them as well, always giving them a good look whenever we're going against each other. I feel like they really gave me an opportunity to show my potential on game days.
Take us through, Jordan, when you're approaching the sideline around midfield on that kick return touchdown. What are you thinking there? You're thinking you got to find an angle, but you got to stay in bounds.
Oh yeah.
Take us through just that process.
Just in that moment, I knew that what was going on in my head was Coach Deke telling me, no, don't let the kicker tackle you. That's one thing we always talk about. And once I passed him, I looked up at the jumbotron and I saw that I was by myself, and I was like, okay, I can finally relax and just finish the touchdown. We always talked about that. Don't let the kicker tackle me, and that was going on in my head the whole time.
And you sense, at what point once you feel the football, do you feel like you can break it? What's the moment that occurs? Is it a certain block that's in front of you, or a certain amount of space that you have? How did you sense it?
I'd say space. I try to make the defenders have a choice to make, instead of me making a choice, make them have a choice first. Just making sure that, protecting the ball is one thing. Just keeping my feet in bounds, running on the sideline, that's one thing that's hard to do as a returner, is keeping your feet in bounds. And going on in my head was just keep my feet in bounds and just scoring the ball. Getting past the 50 is one thing that I like to do.
Can you see a picket fence in your periphery as you're starting to return, as to how the blocking's developing and where to go?
Oh yeah, Coach Coop and Coach Deke do a really good job at practice. Showing me what I need to hit, where the blocks are going to be. Coming from practice, doing that, just the reps. Coming from the reps and then bringing that into the game really gives me confidence in my blockers. It doesn't start without them. I couldn't score without them. So it really nails down to the blockers. Coach Deke and Coach Coop do a really good job at that.
Is your
your career's winding down, you still think you have that touchdown pass in you?
I hope so. We'll see about it. Hopefully in the bowl game.
You've gotten to go back home 3 or 4 times, I think, during your career. What's going through your mind this time, your last trip?
Just have fun. It's probably my last time playing in New Mexico, so it's gonna be fun. My family and friends are gonna come out, play against my old coach, or my old recruiter. So it's gonna be really fun too. Especially Coach G. I haven't seen him in a while. Can't wait to see him too. So it's gonna be fun.
I think you've had some pretty good big games back there too. Is something about being home that even takes you to another level?
Probably the atmosphere. Having my family there really gives me the energy to play hard. Just showing them that I can still do it. My dad always is on my head about playing and stuff, so it's really good to play against or play in front of him. So it's gonna be really fun.
You have an estimate of how many friends and family members will be there?
Right now, I have I think 20. So I got to get it in by tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. So I still got to text some of my friends, see if they're gonna come.
Does it feel strange for you guys to look across the field and see Rocky Long?
I
Somebody else, others colors?
Not for me, because he wasn't he's a defense coach, so we was always playing against him at practice, but say for him.
I personally don't. I know that this is all business and everything, and coaches pick up and leave it for their best decisions, and it just happens, and it's just a reality of the game and the sport. But it is kind of funny, after the game, you go and look at them, and they're just the same old people, shake their hand. Coach Long is a great coach and a great man as well, but it's definitely cool being able to say I played with him or played for him, and then I get to play against him as well. It's kind of neat.
That's true.
Jordan, Christian Washington is one of the 3 guys in the conference that's returned for a touchdown. He's a San Diego kid from Helix. Do you have any kind of relationship with him, and what do you see from him that makes him a good kick returner?
I honestly don't have any relationship with him, but he's actually a really good returner. He sees the hole and he hits it. That's one good thing about returners, and I think that's one thing he has is downhill running, and that's really good about him.
For both of you guys, some of your teammates have the same decision to make pretty soon that you guys did last year about coming back for one more year. If they asked you, what advice would you give them?
I say pray about it and really ask God about it, because that's the number one thing that you can do. He knows the answers to everything that we should do, and He guides us throughout everything we did. That's what I did, is I really got into prayer about it, and just went on my own and kind of didn't want to hear any outside voices. Just kind of, it's a decision for you, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one back here in January for winter, doing all the crap. It's hard, but that's what makes us Aztecs. But it's going to be you doing it and everything. So you got to make sure you want to do it for yourself, and make sure you love the game, because if you don't, it's a job. It's hard. So if you love the game, you're not working a day in your life. So just make the decision for yourself. Take a little bit from your parents and stuff like that. Ask them, but pray about it, and then just do what's best for you.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Just take the opportunity. You may never know when your last game is going to be. Taking the opportunity to play another year is one thing I'm glad I took. Probably CADEN as well, and most of the players that took that extra season. It's one thing that's blessed about us. About praying too about it, and we got a good opportunity.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing too, is our snaps are our games are so limited, and that's one thing you can extend is another football season if you do choose to come back. You get a guaranteed 12 games. That's if you make it injury free and stuff like that. But once you declare pro and you're on from here, you could play one more game NFL or XFL or USFL, whatever you choose, or you could be done. That's it. I've seen a few of our teammates that have left and done their ventures, and they've made the practice squad and got cut, and then the NFL career's done, and that's it. So it's a blessing to be able to play a little bit more football for another year, and them allowing us to come back and do exactly that.
Having been through San Diego State for such an extended period, you played in the old cement slab of the old stadium. How cool has it been to have your own stadium, fans on top of you when the students came out? What was that like?
Oh yeah, it's a blessing. Traveling to Carson every week was stressful for I think the coaches and us as well. And being back in San Diego is really nice. Having the fans come out, family and friends come into the game, it's really a blessing.
It's definitely a home field advantage. That's something I think that
It is.
we were missing. Even when we were at Qualcomm, like you didn't really have the connection with the fans like you do here at Snapdragon, and so that's been a real big game changer for us. Because I know on third down, when like I wave my arms to get the crowd pumped up, it's like an immediate reaction. Everyone's going nuts, and their offense can't hear. So that's one thing that I really paid attention to is the connection with the fan base to the game. Is that they're really involved and they're really like intertwined with the game and what's going on, and they're in tune with it, and that's been a real fun thing. And it's just it definitely feels like home. Like when you walk out of that tunnel, like this is our house, our place, and it's really a blessing. I'm really glad I stayed back another year to get to experience it.
Me too.
And what's the best venue on the road to play in with the other fans are so electric and into it? Is it Boise or is it somewhere else?
As much as I hate to say it, it is Boise.
Yeah, Boise and Utah. Utah was pretty loud too. So.
Jordan, when you first stepped foot on this campus, what were you hoping to accomplish in your college career? And now as you're about done and you look back, what do you feel like you
Building a legacy, just getting my name out there. I come from New Mexico. You don't really get a lot of people from New Mexico. Just wanted to put New Mexico on the map and show that we have athletes as well. I just always wanted to let people know that I can be an athlete, even though my size. I wanted to show people that I can do it as well, and other people can do it. So that's one thing. I try to be a big role model for other kids.
I'd say for me, I grew up in a great household and had everything given to me growing up that my parents provided me with everything. Been able to go to all the camps, everything like that. So, and there's a lot of kids that I've learned here that they came from, they come from hard places, and for me to have the same opportunity those guys do, it's a blessing. And after my 6 years here, it's truly been a blessing to be around those guys and to work with them, because you don't realize how hard people have it, and it's just a blessing to be able to have it so easy in my life, and for those guys to come here and do the same thing that I do. It's remarkable, and it's inspiring to me, because just people have it rough. It's hard. I've never experienced that, and it's truly it's amazing to see how they react to things and how they take things. But in my career here, I wanted to be first team all conference. That was a goal here. And my freshman year, I saw Nick Bodden carrying out the shield, and I was like, dang, I got to do that. That's something I want to do before I leave here. And I've been able to do that. I've been able to accomplish my goals, and it's truly been a blessing of a career here at San Diego State. I really take pride in wearing the Aztec logo on my chest, and I'll definitely be an Aztec for life for sure.
Feel that.
When you're done with this, is there football in the big picture? Are you going to try to play somewhere, go to Canada, or would you like to be a coach? I mean, you see what Humphrey's doing, and obviously what Ryan's just accomplished. What would Caden like to do?
I definitely want to try to play NFL football or play any type of football at the next level. I think that'd be a blessing to get paid to play, and I really love football with all my heart, mind, and soul. And to be able to do that and be able to inspire others along the way, that's something I really have passion in and want to take pride in. What's what I want to do.
I think the same, playing anywhere, overseas, here in the United States, it doesn't matter. As long as I get to put a helmet on and run with the football, that's one thing. I've been playing since I was 7 years old, and I still have that same love for playing football.